Hi, everyone. I'm Yushin Ziafati, a reporter for the SaltWire network. We're here today to talk about Quintez Downey, who was the victim of a shooting in North Preston back in January. The 20-year-old African Nova Scotian is being remembered as a loving person and role model to many kids in his community. He was also a student athlete at Crandall University in New Brunswick, where he was pursuing a Bachelor of Arts degree and played basketball. His cousin, Andreas Robinson, has created a scholarship in his memory, and he's here to speak with us today. Thank you for joining us, Andreas.
Thank you for having me.
So for those who didn't know Quintez, can you tell us a bit about what kind of person he was?
Of course, I'd love to dive into that. Starting first and foremost, he was very much so a community man. So very easygoing, very humble. Loved his family and community. So what I would like to highlight, and that's another reason why we have the memorial, but he's a big dreamer. Looking to get into real estate and community development. As you already highlighted, he's an academic athlete. So wearing many hats, and so that was a big part for him was the mentoring, the coaching, the giving back, not just to his family but to the community and the youth of the next generation. So that's something that, as you've already highlighted with the whole memorial scholarship, it's to really highlight his legacy and specifically, as he set a standard for excellence, but specifically excellence in the Black communities and highlighting all of the pillars that we do have. He set.
And so can you tell us a bit about who the scholarship is really for?
Absolutely. And so I know you can kind of cut to some of the other specifics around kind of criteria and eligibility, but to sum up is it's focused on this year is the inaugural aspect of it, but the focus is around youth, specifically graduating seniors who are of African descent. So whether it's Black Canadians or they're specific to the African Nova Scotian communities, but it's open to students of African descent that are graduating and heading on to whether it's some form of post-secondary school. And so the large emphasis really in this overall is community and leadership involvement and their attachment to a post-secondary institution. So whatever their academic pursuits are, as well as their athletic, we really want to make sure that it's highlighting the ability that they have to grow and move forward, but also celebrating the accomplishments that they've already had. And so in the applications, the applicants have the opportunity to, whether in written form or through video submission, to be able to highlight some of those different aspects, how they're a leader or how they're, have already been an entrepreneur or created change or been a part of something in their community.
And so where can people go to apply for the scholarship?
Absolutely. So you can check it out anywhere on social media at Live Infinitus, but specifically our website, www.liveinfinitus.com. There's a QD or Quintez Downey Memorial page set up right on the website, and all they have to do, the criteria is there, the application itself is there, and more information, basically anything they would need to be able to stay apprised of updates currently, but also in the future is all housed on the website. What I will say, because we're already getting kind of community donations and support and other things that are coming in, where this is the initial year, we can't formally officially give charitable or donation-based receipts because we're in a kind of the runway with going through Revenue Canada is about a year. So next year we do fully expect to be in a position to offer that as a component, but we're very excited because, again, in the inaugural season, we're looking to have these youth be able to access this. The deadline is July 15th for submissions, and so we'll be able to make that decision and go through. We already have some applications already, but going to go through them fully upon that date and then get back to them over the summer so that it will be well in advance of the school season, know that they'll have a little bit of extra. And the game plan is to continue to build that. So this is year one. However, we are absolutely looking to continue to support the initial applicants and then also continue to go forward in the years coming.
And I know it's been less than half a year since Quintez's passing. How are you and the rest of your family coping with his loss?
I mean, it's a tragedy. There's no other way to say it. And as we all know, there's trauma, and then specifically as we look at the big picture of what's going on, specifically in addressing anti-Black racism and other things of that nature. It's a lot to take in and grapple with. And so, this is something that we're very excited about, myself and in full support of the family, working with the auntie and cousins. But this is one of the ways that we are dealing, and this is the way to cope with it, is celebrating and honoring him in his fullness, and then continuing to do and accomplish what his mission is, right? Being able to empower other youth to ensure they have these opportunities to remember him, but also to celebrate the excellence and the standard that he embodied and that our up and coming leaders also have.
Yeah, I'm sure he would be very proud to know of the scholarship. And is there anything else that you'd like to add?
I mean, to be honest, I would say, for everyone to, especially in the midst of, hearing this, maybe the launch of the scholarship, also taking this as kind of a moment to just tap into, what is going on, in the wider picture with respect to, anti-Black or just kind of anti-Indigenous and the wider racism, because this is really a stance that we're taking in, of course, with Infinitus being a social enterprise and, heavily rooted in training and learning and education, as well as the other projects that we're doing. But it takes a united front. And so for us, having this memorial, is an opportunity for people to learn about Quintez, also to learn about the community and other ways that they can, celebrate and empower our youth.
Okay, thank you so much for your time, Andreas. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.